Hello, Internet. My name is Knight Walker, and I got a special announcement for all you guys. This for all you guys who follow me online. I have a new project coming out called Purpose Driven. It's basically a series of poems and stories I wrote regards to finding purpose and regarding how people find their purpose in life and how you use something, how your gifts and your talents can be used in a way that could change the world. That's what Purpose Shift is all about. And the reason why I named it Purpose Shift, the reason why I was inspired to do this is because I was thinking about my life. I was thinking about all the things I went through in 2017, all the situations I've been in. I know because coming into 2017, I was like, okay, I want to, do poetry. I want to travel. I want to do more open mics. I want to, be around more. I want to have more a community surrounding me because I felt so like isolated. I was in this, being in a small town and not having like nobody that's in your field. That was really in your field. It could be very frustrating. It could be very tough, and and I was chasing going after people who lived hours away from me just so I can, just so I could get a buzz, just so I could get, a fan base. And as an artist, you do want to have a fan base because if you don't have a fan base, then you're not gonna have, you're not gonna have sales, and you don't have sales, you're not gonna make money off what you love doing. And so it was a struggle for me early on because I didn't really have nobody, in my area that was really into spoken word. So I had to go use social media to find like, mentors and find like people who can really help me, and thankfully I was able to do that, you know, and and that was, helpful in itself. And so I was able to start my own website. I started taking YouTube more seriously. I was, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and all these different social media platforms to see where my audience is at. And all social media platforms, they help to a certain degree, but most people who were on those platforms are people already knew, people already had and I have a relationship with. Like I want to be around people who like miles away. I want to have friends based like in the West Coast, Midwest, you know, Europe and stuff like that. So I wasn't really getting that on Instagram or Snapchat or even YouTube for that matter. So I just said, you know what? So one day I looked at the form site and I found out about Bitly, this site called Bitly, which is a basically a 2008 style YouTube clone. So it's basically YouTube what it was back in like '07 or '08 when it had 5-star rating system, customize customize your channel page and stuff like that. And like that really helped me grow an audience and also get fans from like the UK, California, Ohio, um, Texas, and Florida, and places like that. Places like outside of like North Carolina, outside of my media area, and that was so cool. So that's where I say, that's what my niche is. Now I need to like further execute that. So that's what I've been doing. I'm putting my poetry out on there, getting a lot of views, getting a lot of buzz on that site. And the site is very new. No, it's not. It's still small. It's a small community, but it's a growing community. So like that's how I was able to find my niche. That's how I really use my purpose because my passion, which is poetry. My purpose is to use my poetry to change your lives. To use my poetry to is to be a person, be someone who I needed when I was younger, be that person who can, help those who are like, bullied, who's like misfit, outcast, society, as someone who has disability. I know exactly what that feels like when you're told you can't do things, when you always, feel like you don't know where you belong. I want to be for those that be the outcast, the misfits. So like that's where my purpose was at. And then, the practical and practical steps was okay. I know I want to do this. I know I'm passionate. I know I want to upload videos, but at the same time, I'm at school. I got, family. I got other things in my life that are important that I need to focus on. So I, was able to I was able to I took classes that were easy for me, that that was easy for me, that didn't require too much study time, but still enough to where I had to work hard at those classes, and still was able to upload amazing content online while still get past all my classes. That's how we get straight A's throughout the semester. So yes, I'm just so thankful, and I just hope that this project, this is going to be PDF, so it's going to be on Amazon, Google Play. I'll try to put this on iBook. I'm not familiar with Apple, how they expect you to publish your own book, but I want this to be on different platforms. I want you to read this on your phone, and I'm also gonna put it on my website, penswap.com. But and I'm but if you want, you can pre-order this early. So if you donate $5 to my PayPal, my PayPal is gonna be on the link on below, and you can donate to my PayPal, and I'll send you the PDF file. So I'll give you my email address. My PayPal should be connected to my email address, but one person, donated to my PayPal, but my email address was different than the one I signed up with. But if you donate to my PayPal, I'll send the PDF file, and you can see, and you can see, a sample. You can see the poems for yourself. So I need you guys to, I need you guys support. I want this to be, I want this to change your lives. I want this to help you guys, and particularly young people, because I know, like me, I know it's like being really passionate about something, but like not having nobody to really help you. I know what that feels like. I know what that feels. You know what it feels like to argue with with your parents and stuff like that, and how to try to make sure that you're not crazy, because your parents telling you this, your teachers telling you that, like everybody's telling you that, oh, you shouldn't do this, oh, you need to do a job and you're not gonna make no money, you're gonna start an artist, or that not every or that like not everybody's going to be able to do this, do what you do, and stuff like that. Like I know what that feels like, so that's why I want to do this project to help you guys to understand that, hey, you can be successful and do what you love doing, regardless of what your parents may say, what your teachers may say, um, whatever. Like you could be successful and do what you love, and it depends on, just don't, by not comparing to other people, by not being so caught up in money and like numbers and like followers, stuff like that. Just focus on becoming the better version of yourself, and focus on how can you change people's lives, for the better. That's one of the reasons why I made to. That's one of the reasons why I made to put out some awesome poetry, because even though most of my poems have been about myself lately, I think about the other person who's in my situation, who's in my shoes, who had to deal with the same things I dealt with. So that's why I made this, so that y'all can, really evaluate your lives, and y'all can really say, okay, I know I got this and that and the other going on in my life, but how can I use my, passion so I can overcome those barriers? How can I use my slingshot, as what one would say, to beat that like Goliath? So with that being said, this is Mario starting out.